Hey everybody, Namaste, Shakti here. I want to talk a little bit today about emotions and how your emotions are the fastest route to your empowerment, your spiritual growth, your liberation, your freedom, and even your ecstasy. Let me tell you a little bit more about this. So I've been working primarily with women for the past 18 years. I teach embodied awareness and sexual and spiritual awakening. And what I see repeatedly in the work that I do with my clients is that there's a lot of repressed emotion and an inability to deal with strong emotion as it rises in a mature and evolved way. Why is this? Well, and I speak from my own experience as much as having worked with clients for 18 years, is that because we have lived in a patriarchal society for so very long, everything that's connected and associated with the feminine, which includes emotion, has been demonized, has been seen as weak, has been seen as something to hide, to shun, to judge, to stop, to repress, to push away. And the last thing that we've been taught to do is to feel and honor our emotions. But the thing is, this sets up a lot of difficulty and problems, because when we repress our emotions or we're not able to process them in a mature way, they go underground and they will come out sideways in unhealthy, destructive behaviors. So, for example, anger in creates depression, anger out creates destruction. Anger is a really potent, powerful, brilliant emotion, but we just need to understand why it's rising and how to feel it, channel it, and work with it, right? It's the same with so many other emotions. If we repress these emotions, they will either come out sideways in an unhealthy expression, or they will create disease and unhealthiness and a lack of well-being in the physical body, because body, mind, emotions are all connected. So you can see I can see repressed emotion in people's bodies, right? So it creates disease, it creates a lack of well-being. And what also happens when emotions are not fully felt and navigated in a mature way is that we keep on repeating the same patterns. So wounds don't get healed or resolved, and patterns that plague our lives will just keep repeating until we find the courage, the strength, and the honesty to feel what we haven't felt. The other thing that can happen is that we go to therapy and we speak and we talk, but then we're still not feeling. We're cut off from the neck down. And it's all in the head, and the head cannot resolve issues that are written into the body. So any wounding, any trauma, any psychological difficulty, any repeating pattern that you have in your life cannot be resolved unless you come down into the physical body. In the spiritual and New Age community, for some, the non-dual philosophies and frameworks which teach us about oneness and unity and non-identification with the physical can be a real trap, because again, they can mean that we spiritually bypass whatever is arising, and on the path of spiritual awakening we're going to feel a lot, and until we do, we cannot grow, we cannot integrate, we cannot live aligned with our spiritual true nature. And we will continue to repeat the same old patterns over and over again. Whereas learning to feel and process and alchemize emotion, which is simply energy, right? Energy without a framework of good or bad. All emotions are equal. They are just energy at root. They are actually an expression of Shakti, the divine feminine, at root. And there is no greater or lesser, no bad or good. It is all just energy. If we learn to alchemize and feel fully all of these emotions that have been repressed, that have been shut down, for which we have previously felt shame and judgment. If we let all of that go and feel and heal and alchemize, we will permanently heal our wounds, change patterns that have been plaguing us for a lifetime, integrate our spiritual growth in a grounded way so that we're walking and talking in integrity and authenticity, right? And we liberate our energy so we have more vital energy, because otherwise this vital energy is constricted and restricted in the body, so we don't have as much affect and we don't have as much life force because we're stopping it, we're contracting it and holding it down. So our energy is liberated and we become more truly empowered. Whether you're a man or a woman, this is the same, but my specialty is to work with women. And, you know, what I'm seeing happening with my clients at the moment is they come and there's a particular issue and they may have been having therapy for this issue for years and analyzing it. You know, we've got great brains and great intellects, but this isn't going to resolve or fix or transmute or transform anything. The head is very useful for sure, and having an analytical perspective can be useful for sure, but until you come into the body and feel, it's not going to change. It's not going to shift. You're going to stay stuck. I see my clients shift emotions like shame, like fear, like anxiety, just looking at my notes, like unworthiness, like grief. These can shift within the space of half an hour of my powerful holding space and somatically tracking and supporting the alchemizing of emotion into pure energy and the feeling, the full feeling without story. It's a process called emotional alchemy. It's powerful, it's transformative, it's liberating, it's healing. And all that's necessary is to come into the body and to feel. There's a bit more to it. On Sunday, the 25th of July, I'm hosting an online workshop called Emotional Alchemy for women, to which you are welcome. So in this workshop, I'm going to walk you through these steps, how to alchemize emotions, how to feel and process in a safe and mature way so that you're no longer casting out this energy, how to notice when you're falling into shadow expressions or victimhood rather than sovereignty and empowerment, but not to deny the centuries and eons of time through which we have been taught that emotions are wrong and weak and dangerous and messy and irrational, but to welcome all of them back in to the framework of our being as sovereign, empowered women. I will pop a registration link below if you've got any questions. Be in touch. It's Sunday the 25th of July, and if you can't make it, then of course I do work with clients on a one-to-one basis as well. Thank you for watching. We got to feel it to heal it. Lots of love.